Alright, so here is the unboxing. Here's everything that it comes with, the amp, instructions, the wires, and this is the adapter to plug in and power your adapter and the speakers essentially. And here's a closer look at the adapter, the amp. I know it's a little sped up. That's also how you would have to plug it in unless you have and use this cable. I'll show you how I did it. I didn't want to use the adapter that it came with. That was pre-made and everything because to me it looked ugly and I wanted to do it this way. Wanted it to look nicer. And it's a little bit closer look at the amp. That's how you turn it on. And this is me opting not to use it, just throwing it out essentially. And then here I am pulling out the speaker. It's pretty heavy. It's good quality. It is some sort of plastic, but it's not cheap plastic. It's pretty big. It doesn't feel like it's bad quality. It does feel like it's good quality. I was surprised. This is heavy. It's pretty good. And then here I am pulling out the wires. I'm going to show you the wires. That's the tip. That's how they look like. And it works very well with everything, and that's where you're supposed to plug it in. The wires are color coordinated, and it goes into those blue areas. And then just how they look. And this is me getting it ready to get into the attic. We're just putting them all together, and with the same tie thing that it came with, I just tied it up, and then I used a attachment to a rod that I have so that I can get it up easier. It's not a glow rod, it's a rod that I got off of Amazon. It's very cheap. Kind of quality is kind of cheap, but it works, and it definitely worked here. I've used it a couple of times. And that's the setup I used to get it through the ceiling. And then I already had it pre-placed, and just me needing to just attach it, twist it on, and just leave it there so I can go up into the attic, which I'll do in a moment. I did have to drill through some 2x4s, maybe it was a little bit longer, but I'll show you the bit that I used. And we're in the attic now. That's the hole that I pre-made, and that's the rod that I had there, and that's the drill bit. 1 inch, and it's pretty long. It's about like 2 feet long. I'm glad I got it 2 feet. And this is me pulling it out a bit. It kind of got stuck, so what I had to do is I kind of had to pull it hard, hoping that it wouldn't come undone, but luckily it didn't. You see right there. And as soon as it came out, I made sure to grab it because I don't want to take any risks and do the whole process again, go into the attic. It came out, I just needed to be gentle. I don't want to mess up the wiring. And then that's how it looks like at the bottom or at the wall. And there's a lot of length left. I still needed to wire it, but this is the last one I'm pulling out of the box, me throwing the box away. I didn't need that. And then I almost lost that when it came in. Amazon delivered it, and that circle thing almost came out. So in case you lose it, you can use that as a reference, the cardboard. And this is how I was planning on wiring. Make sure you know and you plan on how to wire it. And that's the wire runs that I was planning on doing. I was also planning on putting lights up. I'll show you how it looks like at the end, because the lights weren't put up. And it's me getting ready for the outlines and to cut out the holes. And that's supposed to be where the lights I'm going to put, or was going to put, are going to go. At this point, the lights are up, everything's up. And this is the hole that I made, the first hole that I made. You can see into the attic. It's pretty big. It's not too bad. I used actually I'll get into that in a bit. That's how it looks like from this attic. And I also made sure when I was up there the first time to clear out the debris because I didn't want it to fall on my face. I also didn't want to make a big mess because it gets everywhere. It's not not a good thing. And here I am in the attic. In the bottom right, you can see me, my perspective, and my wife was in the room. She was recording. It was FaceTime audio or FaceTime video. You can see me putting in the wires, and how it looks like from top and how it looks like from the bottom. And this is the second attempt. I didn't cut the holes. I decided to take advantage of me being up there and put it up there. If you do this, just know you need to be careful when you cut it, because you might snag the wire. And if you snag the wire, you might have to strip it and then just cut it down a little bit. And depending on where you put it, it might not be enough wire, or it just might be a hassle to do it. And this is the third or fourth one. I didn't do all 4 of them because this video would have been long. It was a 30-minute original video. And that's also, make sure you wear a mask, because I didn't wear a mask and I suffered it for a week. And that's how it looks like from the bottom. I made the hole. Also, when you're gonna cut a hole, when you're up in the attic, make sure you measure how far it is from a beam. In this case, I measured it 3.5 inches away, because that's how far it was from the diameter, the rest of the circle. You don't want to cut a circle where there's a beam, because then you won't be able to put the speaker there, and you just have a big hole and you have to fix that, and it's not fun fixing drywall unless you like that. It's me pulling it down. And this is a more thorough video of me just cutting the hole. And I had to speed it up by 6. So it takes a while if you do it by hand, but it is cheaper. It was like, what, $40? Maybe it's cheaper on Amazon, I don't know. But the drywall saw worked for me because I was able to cut holes in different sizes. I'm still using it, so it's a great benefit for me. And then this is me connecting the speaker to the wire, and I was kind of struggling because I was trying to show you, and even then I didn't do a good job. But it's actually really easy. The problem I had here though was the circle or the hole that I made. It wasn't quite big enough, and I was trying to push it in originally, but then I decided not to push it in because I don't want to break the components, because I feel like you should be gentle with these speakers, I guess any speakers. So I pulled it out. I tried to see if it would work in a different angle, but it did not. So I ended up having just to pull it out all together. And this is me making the hole a little bit bigger. And then you'll see in a bit that the cutout that they gave us, or gave me, was a little bit smaller than the hole that I ended up making. And it just wouldn't have fit. I had to make it a little bit wider. See? And then this is me connecting the speaker again. Again, black with black and red with red. And then this is the final attempt of me trying to put this particular speaker up. And it actually went up pretty smoothly. No issues there. It's pretty surprised. It's pretty satisfying actually. And this is the side view. Pretty flush to the wall. Moving on to the wires. I ended up opening that up and I prepared it for a 2 socket slot type of thing. So you can have the light switch and the amp next to it. And I made a hole with the same drill bit, and that's the wire I used. I'll have to look into what it is. Actually, I forgot what it is, but it's pretty reliable and it works very well with the 12-volt adapter. And that's how I got the wire through. It was pretty easy, not too hard. But yeah, the amp needs to be connected to a 12-volt adapter, because that's the same voltage that the pre-wired one comes in. And then there's me trying to get the wire down. I got it down, skipped a few steps, but that's part of like the way that I installed it. That's how I got the wire through too. The rest of the wires, I tried doing the same thing, but it wouldn't work because they kept on bumping into the other wire. So I had to do the same process I did with the ceiling. I had to pull out the wire, attach them, and then pull them, and then once they started kind of getting snagged, pull them all through. But I kind of skipped that again. But it was really easy. And that's how it looks like with all the wires pulled through. Needed to push the wires into the wall to get them out of the way, and then I put the other piece on, and I got those wires through. There's little holes that you have to like put the wires through, and that's what I did. Also, I didn't cut out a hole for it. It was already there. The person living there punched the wall, and I was gonna fix the drywall after, and I took advantage of this. And then this is the adapter, or the amp. So I put the red on the bottom, black on top, and the way that I'm holding it there is the way that's supposed to go in. The knob is actually on top. Those lights are on top. So red on bottom, black on top. And this is where I'm gonna work on the power. Instead of having the power, as a lot of the pictures I saw in the reviews, people had it connected through the front of it, and I think that's really ugly. I don't want to have that. So I decided to splice the wires with that wire I showed you earlier, and I used this little cap to connect them, so I didn't have to like do it like that. But I still had to do it because it wasn't holding. And then a lot of these videos are sped up, just because it would have been a 30-minute video. I was trying to make it shorter. It's actually 14 minutes now. But yeah, this is how I got it connected. Did kind of struggle with it, but once it caught, it was easy to just twist it until it didn't move. And this is me cutting out the bottom of the wire and connecting it to the adapter. Luckily, I had a 12-volt adapter. I had it from a previous job that I did, or I used to work at. I had a couple of them actually. I'm sure you can find them on Amazon as well, but you don't connect it directly to a power source because I think you would fry the amp and the speakers as well. And this is me getting it ready so I can put it onto the adapter. The type of adapter it is you unscrew some screws on it. You put the wires into those screws or underneath them, and you just screw the wires tight by just screwing on the screws. It's pretty redundant, but yeah, that's what it is. And yes, if you recognize this adapter, yes, it's from there. And this is the outcome. With all the volume it goes? Okay, so last minute comments about the video. The speakers, I put them in this room because my wife is preparing her Pilates studio. And that's the outcome. The lights look like that. The speakers are very loud. Just to clarify, they don't sound very loud because it's a phone. They're not recording very well. And then all the holes that I've had, you can kind of see that they're getting patched up. And here I'm showing you that you have to have the adapter plugged in so that the amp can be powered on. powered on, and I'm showing you how far you can twist it. When I showed you in the original video, I only had it to the end of where you can see like the little volume outline right there. Personally, I don't like putting the volume all the way up because I want to make the speakers last. I don't know if that's a myth, but I don't. Also, I'll put up the wire that I use. It's not the exact same one, but it's something similar. And I use this power box. It's not the exact power supply that I used. Similar, I use 12 volt. This is a 14. So just take that into account and use at your own discretion. Other than that, thank you for watching.